Hello, my singers. We are going to review today the grand staff. The grand staff is the way that we read music with both clefs at the same time, and that's what makes it unique from just a treble clef staff or a bass clef staff. It has both treble clef and bass clef. So we're going to start by drawing it together, and if you want to grab a piece of paper and a pencil, you can go ahead and draw it along with me. That would be fantastic practice for you, and it makes more sense when you get to do it yourself. When we have a staff, we need to have 5 lines for it to be complete. So I'm going to draw 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's going to be my treble clef. Now I need to leave a bit of a gap so that we can see the difference between the bass clef and the treble clef. And I'm going to draw 5 more lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I need to connect both of these staffs in order to make it the grand staff. So I'm going to draw a vertical line all the way down. Then we have a brace that looks like this. And if you didn't see how I drew that, you just draw a little curvy out to a pointer and then another little curvy. Okay? Now here comes drawing the treble clef. And this takes a little bit of practice, but you start by making a long J like that. Then we're going to draw, I'm going to show you this off to the side, this shape. Okay? It is very important that this little curve lands on the second line, because that second line is a G, and sometimes the treble clef is called the G clef. And that also helps remind you what the names of the lines and spaces are, because you can always remember that this little curve is on a G. So now you're going to start right where you drew your line, and you're going to draw this second shape. That was not my best treble clef ever, but I'm not going to erase it because my marker smears really badly. Okay, now the bass clef is very important that you put this circle on the second line from the top, because that is an F. And the bass clef is sometimes called the F clef. Then out from that circle, you're going to draw a backward C, and then 2 dots that surround that F line. It is very important that they are placed exactly as I showed you. I'm really not happy with that treble clef. After the treble clef and the bass clef sign will come a key signature. And there are many different key signatures. But just to practice, we're going to draw the key signature for the key of D. This means we're going to have 2 sharp signs, and sharps look like what you guys would call a hashtag. That's a sharp sign. The first sharp is going to go on the very top line, which is F. The second sharp is going to go on 2 spaces from the top, and that is C. Now we need to draw the same thing on the bass clef, but this top line is not F on bass clef. This line is F. Because remember, it's where the dot is. So you're going to draw your sharp there, and then you're going to draw it here, 2 spaces down, just like it was on treble clef. Okay? Next comes our time signature. And we'll draw the most common time signature, which is 4/4. You need to have both numbers on each clef, like that. Then you will have any music that you've written, and if you have a bar line, remember the bar line has to go through both staffs, like so. Otherwise, it is not like the grand staff, because then you're disconnecting the staffs, or staves as they say in different parts of the world. Then at the end of your song, you'll have a double bar. And that second bar is thicker, which shows that's the end. And that is a grand staff. Hope you enjoyed drawing it, and even better yet, I hope you get more comfortable reading it. So those of you who are playing the piano, keep practicing. Those of you who are practicing singing, keep practicing. And those of you who are not, get to work.